What's going on, guys? Master coach and education director Aaron Guyett here on the Living.Fit Show, and I have the incredible, absolute honor and pleasure to have my really good friend Angelo Sisco on. He is part of Alpha Hippie. He essentially is Alpha Hippie, and now Alpha Hippie is right expanding into a greater consciousness, if you will, and we will. So let's get into this greater consciousness. So Angelo, I think first I really like to know, because I know you dabbled, and by dabble I mean crushed in the fitness industry, fitness realm, and then you've done a pretty fat pivot. But I want to talk a
Mhm.
little bit and kind of pay homage to that fitness journey, and I'm sure we'll go a lot of different ways from there because there's so much that we can talk about, and we have talked about. But
Mhm.
what brought you into fitness originally?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a battle, I guess you could say, with obesity my entire life. It was a growing up overweight, being overweight was all the things. Oftentimes today I don't see it as much. But when I was young, and you were fat, it wasn't something you were excited about being, let's just say. And people let you know, and that was a tough childhood to go through and be the guy that was embarrassed to take his shirt off at the pool, and all of the psychological things that go on to that, opposite sex, blah blah blah. And so I had a rather long doing of going at it against a fat person identity or a fat kid identity. And around 24, 25, I'd like to say, is when I yo-yoed many times in my life. And then around 25 is when I really discovered an inner fire to lose weight for me. And I found Jim Jones, which was the gym that trained the Spartans for the movie 300. And I would imagine that was a catalyst for a lot of people back in '07 or '08, whenever that was.
Yeah.
And then I started venturing down a deeper path of understanding of fitness, and I lost 100 pounds training on my own. And that catapulted a great career in fitness. And for me, what I really like to tell people is, Alpha Hippie is a pivot in my journey, yet I give complete homage to fitness because it is actually the first place that I was able to experience some sort of transformation. And it encouraged me and also gave me the permission and trust in myself to dig deeper. And that's what Alpha Hippie is now. Not deeper that it's better, just different areas, spiritual, emotional, and things of that nature. And so exercise, fitness, nutrition, oh my goodness, if there wasn't that outlet for me to lose that 100 pounds and then step into a career in strength and conditioning and CrossFit and all the wonderful decade I spent in that world, Alpha Hippie wouldn't be here. There's no question about it, because I wouldn't be the man that would even feel worthy and or confident enough to actually go do the inner work until I trusted myself through that physical part where I learned discipline. I learned structure. I learned how to show up even if you didn't like it. I learned how to push myself in healthy ways. I learned how to nurture my body as well to recover and do all these things. And it just has catapulted my life in such in a huge way. My physical practice is my mistress. It's my thing I go to for love, extra love, replenishment. Like, I mean that. It's my mistress. I have a wife, I have a son, and then for me to get that extra bit, it has always been something physical.